The trivia are three lower art liberals, that is grammar, logic and rhetoric. These were the topics of basic education, foundational to the quadrivia of higher education, and hence the material of basic education and an important building block for all undergraduates. The word trivia was also used to describe a place where three roads met in ancient Rome. While the term is now obsolescent, in ancient times, it was appropriated to mean something very new. In the 1960s, nostalgic college students and others began to informally trade questions and answers about the popular culture of their youth. The first known documented labeling of this casual parlor game as trivia was in a Columbia Daily Spectator column published on February 5, 1965. The authors, Ed Goodgold and Dan Carlinsky, then started the first organized trivia contests, described below. Since the 1960s, the plural trivia in particular has widened to include non-essential, specifically detailed knowledge on topics of popular culture. The expression has also come to suggest information of the kind useful almost exclusively for answering quiz questions, hence the brand name Trivial Pursuit. Etymology: the Latin neuter noun trivium is from tri-triple, and via way, meaning a place where three ways meet. The pertaining adjective is trivialis. The adjective trivial was adopted in early modern English, while the noun trivium only appears in learned usage from the 19th century, in reference to the art liberals, and the plural trivia in the sense of trivialities, trifles only in the 20th century. The Latin adjective trivialis in classical Latin besides its literal meaning could have the meaning appropriate to the street corner, commonplace, vulgar. In late Latin, it could also simply mean triple. In medieval Latin, it came to refer to the lower division of the art liberals, namely grammar, rhetoric, and logic. Hence, trivial in this sense would have meant of interest only to an undergraduate. The adjective trivial introduced into English in the 15th to 16th century was influenced by all three meanings of the Latin adjective. A 15th century English translation of Ranulph Higden mentions the art trivial, referring to the trivium of the liberal arts. The same work also calls a trivial distinction a threefold division. This is due to an application of the term by Arnobius, and was never common either in Latin or English. The meaning trite, commonplace, unimportant, slight occurs from the late 16th century, notably in the works of Shakespeare. Trivia was used as a title by Logan Pearsall Smith in 1902, followed by More Trivia and All Trivia in 1921 and 1933, respectively, collections of short moral pieces, or aphorisms. Book 2 of the 1902 publication is headed with a purported quote from Gay's Trivia, or New Art of Walking Streets of London. Thou, Trivia, goddess, aid my song, through spacious streets conduct thy bard along. Modern usage: a February 5, 1965 Columbia Spectator article applied the term trivia to topics like, who played the old gypsy woman in The Wolf Man? Columbia University students Ed Goodgold and Dan Carlinsky, who had proposed the new use in their original article, swiftly created the earliest intercollegiate quiz bowls that tested culturally significant yet essentially unimportant facts, which they dubbed trivia contests. The first book treating trivia in this new sense was Trivia by Goodgold and Carlinsky, which achieved a ranking on the New York Times bestseller list. The book was an extension of the pair's Columbia contests and was followed by other Goodgold and Carlinsky trivia titles. In their second book, More Trivial Trivia, the authors criticized practitioners who were indiscriminate enough to confuse the flower of trivia with the weed of minutiae. Trivia, they wrote, is concerned with tugging at heartstrings, while minutiae deals with such unevocative questions as, which state is the largest consumer of Jell-O? But over the years the word has come to refer to obscure and arcane bits of dry knowledge as well as nostalgic remembrances of pop culture. Organized competition: the largest current trivia contest is held in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, at the University of Wisconsin. Stevens Point's college radio station WWSP 89.9 fathoms. This is a college station with 11,500 watts of power and about a 65-mile radius, and the contest serves as a fundraiser for the station. The contest is open to anyone, and it is played in April of each year, spanning 54 hours over a weekend with 8 questions each hour. There are usually 400 teams ranging from 1 to 150 players. The top 10 teams are awarded trophies. The 45th WWSP contest was held on April 11, Euro 13, 2014. The 2 longest continuous trivia contests in the world are those at Lawrence University and Williams College, which both debuted in the spring of 1966. Lawrence hosts its contest annually, and its 43rd installment was held in January 2008. Unusually, Williams has a separate contest for each semester, and thus its 84th game took place in May 2008. The University of Colorado Trivia Bowl was a mostly student contest featuring a single elimination tournament based on the GE College Bowl. Many of the best trivia players in America trace participation through this tournament, including many Jeopardy! And Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Contestants. The current event now is a regional qualifier for TRASH and utilizes a round-robin competition format. Today, many bars and restaurants host weekly trivia nights in an effort to draw in more patrons, especially during weeknights. Quiz Bowl. The other subculture is the Quiz Bowl format found in high schools and universities in the U.S., as well as in elementary, middle, and junior high schools. The Canadian equivalent is competition geared toward reach for the top, among high schools, although Canadian universities and a few high schools are beginning to participate in U.S. Quiz Bowl leagues. The National Academic Quiz Tournaments is a national organization, founded in 1996, sponsors high school and college-level tournaments across the nation. See also, Factoid, Fun Trivia, Pub Quiz, Trivial, Trivialism, Trivium, References. External links: Time Magazine report of the second annual Ivy League Seven Sisters Trivia Contest, March 1967, Web Trivia at DMOZ, Trivia Games on the Web, Trivia at DMOZ, a Euro Humor and Useless Fact Pages, Trivial Pursuit Board Game, Spimology, the study of trivia.